the timing of it now just makes it feel like there's nothing you can say. It's so, yeah.
Saw something in the Epstein files, was debriefed on something.
Obama doodled it in college. He's been on a mission. Bro, the long game of Obama is crazy. I wish Obama had used some of this insane saw level planning to like not bail out Wall Street after 2008. But at least he's using it for this Trump cause, which is also cool.
That he was worried about. Whether it was this letter or something else, I don't know. But clearly there's something in those files that he was concerned about being involved with. I think we need a full declassification of these files, except for the CSAM and victims. Now, to the declassifying comment, Donald Trump, based on this, has posted, based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I have asked AG Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval. This scam should end right now. And Pam Bondi has said, President Trump, we are ready to move on the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts. I think...
Dude, this is such a small point, but I just hate that so much of our government is now communicating via fucking tweet and truth to each other. Trump publicly telling Pam Bondi on True Social, she publicly responding by quote tweeting, but on fucking Twitter. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
President Trump, we are ready to move on the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts. I think that ultimately it needs to be everything or nothing. You can't give a little bit at this point. With the level of allegations being leveled against our president, that he would send pretty incriminating letters to the world's most notorious pedophile. Now, again, before he was arrested the first time, right? But given the letter's contents, given that they're doing so much, they're going to be suing the Wall Street Journal over this, to deny it, I think, if it turns out to be true, is devastating. I mean, totally devastating and horrific, and no one should defend it if it's true. And that's what we need to find out at this point. So I think the answer is clearly that, yes, I would love the Wall Street Journal to release this photo if they have it in their possession, if they can release it from their source. And I would love for the DOJ to declassify the actual relevant pieces of this whole thing, because the absolutely central piece of evidence in this whole story are these letters, which are in a leather-bound album and supposedly in the DOJ's possession. That's clearly not going to be a grand jury transcript. That's going to be one of the pieces of evidence they collected from Epstein or Maxwell. And so that is a different category altogether. So I think given that, it's hard to see this as anything other than a distraction from what...
Someone said, gotta be bad for Trump coin. That's your big worry? The United States is unraveling. Our president's almost certainly a pedophile. And you're worried about your investment into Trump coin? Buy the dip, bro. By the dip.
Is actually relevant here, which is, does this album exist? Yes or no? Show us the evidence, right? Show us the physical evidence. Instead, this is just going to get people riled up because it's an Epstein release, but it's guaranteed by definition not to have the evidence one way or another. A transcript is not going to have a piece of physical evidence. And we need to demand answers on that, because either it exists or it doesn't. And if it does exist, that's a huge problem. If it doesn't, for the Wall Street Journal, that's a huge problem. And I'm really not sure which we are going to get first. All I know is that if you are looking from the outside, I would highly recommend that you don't just dismiss things based on a quick, hot Twitter take. There's a lot to this story that is corroborating, and also we need more evidence on before we can really make up their mind. I see a lot of people have just already written it off as completely true or completely false.
Damn, that sweaty photo is so funny. All right. Thank you, CoffeeZilla, for that reporting. Yeah. Anyway, the point of this all is to just tell you that it is hyper damaging right now to Trump. If you were worried that it's like every other issue or he's kind of bulletproof on, it's not. The data is fast and the furious. Dude, imagine the files come out and there's a guy with Trump's body and Jerome Powell's face is pasted on hastily. And Trump goes, see, it was Jerome Powell the whole time in the fucking Epstein files. We have to get rid of him. It's funny. It's kind of a self-owned by Trump too here. In only that, like, a few weeks ago, Elon Musk on the platform he owns tweeted out to like 500,000 likes, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files and that's why they're not being released. Like, major Trump supporter flips on him, calls him a pedophile, calls him out, and nothing happens. Like, everyone kind of moves on. Elon's fucking stupid. I'm on Trump's side. Like, it didn't even do anything. And then Trump started talking about it. Like, what actually made this bad is Trump nonstop talking about it, saying, like, Epstein. Why are we talking about Epstein? Like, he sounded so guilty. He sounded so obviously guilty and so obviously trying to throw like, he's stressing the fact that it's so hard. If he had just shut his fucking mouth, people would have moved on. But everyone is realizing how obviously guilty he is because he keeps trying to say how not. It's crazy. Yeah, them trying to close the case. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Trying to stop the case, trying to bury it, is exactly what made it a big deal. And him saying, "Let's move on. Nobody cares," is what made everyone realize how obviously they should care. Like the Coldplay couple, it is actually just like that. It's actually just like that Coldplay couple. It's actually just like that. It's Coldplay's fault. Hillary putting Bill's name in the Epstein files is like Bane leaving one of his guys in the planes as it crashes. I'm sorry. You think... I think there's a decent chance Bill Clinton could be in those files. But I think it's more likely it's because he was involved with Jeffrey Epstein and maybe he's a pedophile. I think it's much less likely that he's innocent, but Hillary Clinton wrote the files and threw her husband into the fucking bus because she wanted to fuck. Why the fuck is it more likely that Hillary put him in than he just was there? In that case, poor Bill Clinton, dude. He cheated with Monica Lewinsky and now his wife is cooking up the Epstein files to throw him under the bus as a pedophile? Because of her emails. That's what was in the emails, bro. That was in the Hillary emails. Fuck, of course. That makes so much fucking sense. Okay, I also want to talk about Lena Khan for a second. We covered some news. We covered Epstein. Let's talk about some good news for once. Okay? Let's talk about some good news. I got to interview Lena Khan, baby! That's the good news. The bad news is they fucking screwed me. Okay? Those, my co-hosts, Aiden and Doug, they screwed me. Look at this. I have Lena Khan tweeting out, "Thank you to the Lemonade Stand for the fun conversation. This is my dream." She followed me. She followed me on Twitter. And this is the photo that Aiden uses. This is the photo. But I want you to understand that we took a normal photo. And then we took a soy jacking photo as a backup. And they post the one where they are still smiling and I'm soy jacking. They post the one where I'm the only one soy jacking. What the fuck is this, Aiden? This is actual betrayal. Why is this the photo? Why am I the only one soy jacking? It's so embarrassing. That's so unfair, dude. There's a perfectly normal photo. And at least it would make sense if there's one where all three of us are soy jacking, but it's just me. It's so evil, dude. Aiden is so Obama pilled. He's the mastermind. He cooks this stuff up years in advance. He's getting me back for the Gavin Newsom thing. This is Aiden's revenge for Gavin Newsom. So So now I have Lena Khan tweeting out a photo of me soy jacking like it's just the way I normally am. It would make so much more sense if they were doing it too. God, it's so embarrassing. Did they tell you to do that? They literally, we took a photo, a totally normal photo. And then they were like, all right, let's do a silly one. And then we're like, well, okay, we'll all do the YouTube point face. We didn't call it soy jacking in front of her. But then we all did it. We all were like, and they literally got a video still of just me doing it first while they're still, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That is so crazy to get the one in the middle. That is diabolical. That is diabolical, dude. It's the thumbnail of the video too. Oh, I know. I'm so aware. I'm so well aware. Anyway, so I got screwed. But, however, I'm still extremely happy because this is like, you guys know if you've watched my content for a while, this is like one of my dream guests. This is one of the dream people to interview. The way that some people talk about like, I don't know, Bernie or AOC or Zoran. Now, like for me, this is my politician that gives me hope. This is for the longest time, because I have never seen someone until Lena Khan in those years who like had policies that I deeply agreed with, understood the value of competition, had studied like Louis Brandeis and like, I just like the way she sees the world is so aligned with me. And she was young and not corrupt and making actual big changes. And it was like, it's so rare. And the things she was doing, like one click to cancel and non-competes, are so slam dunk positive that I thought they could make people realize the value of antitrust, of the FTC, of things the government can do that are unequivocally good. I'll be honest, I'm a huge fan. So that leads me to my next point, which is that in this interview, I'm fangirling. I'll fully admit it. I was a little bit nervous. I think I hit my stride after about 5 minutes, but like, I never stopped smiling the whole interview. Like, I think my questions are good. I feel good about it, but like, I am obviously happy because it is a big deal. I'm like very excited. Yeah. I'm just fully admit it. I'm not going to like pretend I wasn't. For me, it's probably the politician I am most excited about in the world. I think the most, I don't know. I hope she finds a way to get back into political office or power or something, because I really am impressed. Anyway, it was an awesome guest. I had an idea the morning of the interview. So worth saying, like I flew out there. We all flew out the day before. There was this massive fucking storm in New York. Massive storm. So all the flights into New York are delayed. And so Aiden flies in first. He leaves earliest in the morning. He's delayed 2 hours. Finally gets there. He's texting us. He's like, dude, I'm stuck on the tarmac for hours. It's storming. It's raining. They can't deboard us. We're stuck. And I flew out later because I wanted to wake up later. So I'm like, haha, idiot. Should have taken the later flight, dumbass. And so I get on the plane in LA way later. And I fall asleep insta because I'm the go to falling asleep on planes. And when I wake up, I'm on the tarmac. And I'm like, oh, I'm here. That was fucking easy. Aiden sucks. And I look out the window and it's bone dry. And I'm like, dude, I'm texting Aiden like, you said there was a storm? Bro, I'm here. It's easy. And the captain's talking, Newark, whatever. And then I'm like, all right, let me figure out what my Uber is to get to the hotel. I check my map and it's like, huh, that's weird. I refresh it again. It says I'm in Virginia. Instead of Newark, New Jersey, I'm in Norfolk, Virginia. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Did I buy the wrong flight? But no, the captain has nonstop been talking, but I've been mishearing it. He's like, hey, yeah, we're landing in Norfolk because the storm is so bad we have to wait on the tarmac in a different city. So I actually had to wait 2 hours on the tarmac in the wrong city because they couldn't fly in. So I'm stuck on